Hello and welcome, Sake here. It's end of the year, so CA is made a blog post about that year, and they always want to finish with nice wording. So let's see what they said to this time, because last time it was the all about Shadow of Change and how they improve standards and everything. So this year, this end of a year, in my eyes, was great because the hype is real for fantasy, for 40k, and for history. So, yep, it's looking good. Hello, friends. I'm not gonna read everything. Link is down below. Come on, you don't want me read everything. It's English is not my main language. Duh. Blah blah blah. Thank you so much for your support over the years. Better to praise the criticism. We do read the feedback. Take it, take it to heart. Sometimes beat out ourselves up about how dumb we did thing, and then plan how we make things better. Interesting. 2025 has been landmark franchise. We celebrated and spoke about bringing our new games to console. Yeah, I'm not reading everything. Our showcase was the first event like this we ever done, and long-standing ambitious for us. We know we didn't get everything perfect in this plan. Okay, yeah, that was definitely it. Let's go through the games, okay? Just. Hello and welcome, Stake here. As always, CA wants to finish the year with nice blog posts. So this time they made it again, and I hope it's not gonna be like, oh, we do this or that. No, I think the end of a year, especially the last weeks, were amazing for them because the hype is real. Fantasy, history, and 40k, like, come on. They are, when everything will play nice, they will make so much money. It's like, I always joke that they're allergic to money. Looks like they went to a doctor, so allergy is gone. Yeah, I'm not gonna read everything. Link is absolutely down below if you want to read it yourself. Yeah, they did, anniversary showcase. It was 25 years. Over 500,000 people tune in. Good. And then 40k. Boom. Total War is venturing to far future. I'm a massive fan of the books and painting the minis. I'm working on a flesh tearer army, which is a pain because it's tricky to find the decals. I'm having to paint the spinny shoulder chapter badge badly by hand. Words don't just do justice how good it personally feels to finally lift the lid on our next game. It has been a privilege of a lifetime that we got the chance to reveal the trailer at the Gamescom Awards with the help of our friend and fellow Warhammer 40,000 enthusiast David Harbour. It should come as no surprise that the shape of a showcase was different before we got the opportunity and frankly that chance to show the hard work. So they had a plan to show 40k on the showcase, but then the opportunity was created, obviously. Yeah. I watched it live and I texted the team back home in the UK, Sofia, so many pictures while many choose to watch along online at 3 a.m. Yeah, that was late. What an incredible moment for a team. I watched someone sat just 2 rows ahead of me threw up his arms when the logo appeared on the stage, and that moment and his cheer will live in my memory forever. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, let's go to a little bit more. This game is being developed by hardcore fans of a setting. That's nice. Oh, that's really nice. It's personal for us. If you were to walk into our studio, the first thing you'd see, cabinet upon cabinet of miniatures. The teams, they had to adapt to it. they're pretty much gonna be like more Warhammer than history, at least if everything like will play for them. Making a video game based on a grimdark future isn't just about transporting ideas, it's about truly immersing ourselves into setting, painting miniatures, rolling 300,000 six-sided dice. Oh my god. When you play like Tyranids, the swarm, that many dice as you have, right? Is that it? Or orcs? What else is swarming? Yeah, those two might be. And reading the infinity library of novels, codices, and more. Of course, none of this would have been possible without the consistent support of Games Workshop. It's been over 10 years since we first teamed. It's 10 years. Wait, so that means they're gonna have another 10 years this time with 40k? Damn, we first teamed up to develop the Warhammer series, and we're grateful for the trust they placed in us to bring another of the IPs to life. Our goal is to clear. Can we create the ultimate game set in Warhammer 40k universe? A game where all your favorites from settings eventually coexist with a vast galactic sandbox. Yes, the sandbox, yes. Even today, I talked with people on Reddit and about how many games do they need? They need one, since they can add systems, solar systems, over and over. They can make map fucking infinite. They don't have to, you don't have to buy Warhammer 2 and 3. It doesn't have to be trilogy. They can endlessly produce DLCs, which will down the costs because DLCs are cheaper to make, and overall the speed between making the main game. So yeah, absolutely, that should be their plan, but I'm nobody, so whatever. Some of you already pointed out that this is what the next 10 years looks like for CA. It's going to take quite a bit of time to get everything in a massive 40k catalog that deserves to place in the galaxy. So yeah, it's 10 years. My only question is, are they gonna still develop DLCs for fantasy? Or they're gonna drop it eventually? I wonder. Medieval 3, yes. As far I know, they pretty much tried a couple of times to develop it, and the new engine let it. I read actually this a little bit, so it's all about that they are making it now, and it's gonna be awesome. And as for Total War, oh, I love this. It hasn't been the easiest year to be a Warhammer 3 player. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Despite the setback and challenges, I'm incredibly proud that the development team for staying focused and delivering the Tides of Torment experience that we can stand behind. It has been our smoothest launch in a recent memory and has seen the highest daily active users since Immortal Empires first launched. Nice. Well done. I know not every part of the package is everyone cup of tea, which is why we started splitting the DLC, so you all have a choice. Yeah, that's I know at least 5 people that didn't get entire DLC because they were not into Slanesh. How can you not be into Slanesh, right? Yeah, I'm not into Slanesh either, but I got everything. But yeah, they were more Norskans players, and yeah, it's nice that you can choose. Choice for our players is really important to me. The team put their heart and soul into this one. We delayed because we weren't good enough, and additional time got us the good place. Okay. That said, we'll all continue to update the big bug fixes as well, as we have been doing since our Shadow of Change debacle. Yeah, that Shadow of Change really got them. It really got them, like, community bitch slapped them, and deserved. I think it's deserved. So now they're keeping it in mind. They're not, oh, we forgot and let's go. No, it's like pinpoint. It's like turning point for CA, and I like it. I like that it's put it here. We're finally able to give Norska a long-awaited update. Yeah, now Bretonia added the last remaining roster piece for the High Elves. Oh, and brought Slanesh up to a higher standard. However, I want to acknowledge that there are two main areas where we failed to meet expectation and are committed to improving: reliable content delivery and maintaining game health. I mean, it's been a fucking year. It was a long year as a content creator. Tiny or not, it was a tough for any kind of hype or anything. There was fucking nothing. So yeah, our new engine is designed to help us solve this challenge with the future games like Total Warhammer 40k. But we're in a painted corner with Warhammer 3. Let me guess, because they cannot switch to new engine and everything gonna have to be done in spaghetti code, right? So yeah, let's go. Updating Warhammer 3 is hard, delicate work. You would think that almost 10 years into developing content for the serious things, where the serious things would become easier. But not with this version of the engine. I feel like it's a little bit more blaming on the engine. Adding more content and features is a combinatorial testing problem. Okay, I never heard this word, so I'm sorry. This engine struggles under the weight of the sheer scale of Immortal Empires. Jesus. So whenever they add something, it cracks. It's like knees fall apart or something. Jesus, this is not excuse, that's just a fact. We'll continue to raise our internal bar for delivery, but like all things in life, there are no guarantees. We're going to ship something good late over something bad on time, every time. Clapping, I'm clapping, very good. To try and remedy this for Warhammer, we've been making two big changes. First, we grown the team and brought back some veteran hands to provide support for Lords of the End Times. Like Mitch, right? Second, we're improving how we build, validate, and deliver content. It's not a silver bullet, but it will hopefully pave the way for future content being delivered on a more reliable CAD. Wait, that sounds like they're gonna give us, after the Lords of End Times, there will be something more. Yes, yes. At least, give us content at least till first DLC of 40k. I mean, ideal for me would be a rotating 40k fantasy DLCs like this. But let's be honest. They're gonna develop DLCs for fantasy till 40k. Then 40k takes over everything and fantasy's done. Which saddens me, but then again, we had 2 years, right? I've been 5 years here, so yeah. Okay, when it comes to game health, the bottom line is simple. The content you've paid for shouldn't break. Yeah. We were too slow on reacting the campaign AI bug, and while, by the way, AI still groups. I've seen so many posts about faction grouping up. Mostly Slanesh. I've seen mostly Slanesh grouping up, but they're doing it. Vassals also just do it. They do fucking nothing and they group up on around the settlement. The Kala campaign showed me that greatly. My vassals, despite me being at war with people, just stand still and do nothing. So that would be next step. Probably gonna have to like put it somewhere on a forum or something. Yeah, they should basically do with things fast. Since this, we identify bugs as serious as crashes. That means that we treat them as highest priority take immediate action to resolve and communicate. We won't always get this right, but this provides us with a more robust approach to reacting. Some of you might have seen how quickly we fixed the AI issue right after the launch. Yeah, we did. We'll strive to be that fast, and when we can't because the complexity of an issue, will keep you regularly informed. The change is a franchise-wide mandate for all our future games. I really like that. What they say is that they're improving. I really, really like that. Okay. In the meantime, we're keeping our eyes firmly focused on the Tides of Torment and the wide game experience. We're listening, and please let us know if you experience major issues. Looking forward, we have some development changes to make you aware. The first is that Neferata, Nagash Mortak of Blood, will become our free legendary lord, coming alongside patch 1.8.0, aka the End Times update. Wow. I mean, Neferata for free. People would pay for her. Like, I know at least one person that would give up his wife for Neferata. So holy fuck, yeah. We had originally planned for her to be the first character in our smaller content packs. Smaller content packs, nice. Which we're naming characters. Yes, that's absolutely what I want. Smaller and more often. I will clean everything. But after some lengthy consideration, just make thematic sense that she and the Vampire Count's update arrive alongside the Great Necromancer. Vampire Count and Vampire Coast, right? Please. So we're going to take her place for our first... so who's going to take her first place for our... Jesus. So who is going to take her place for our first character pack? We always keen to explore more of the unknown in the Warhammer world. So we're venturing back to Grand Cafe, which is thematic twist with the fearsome DLC that will come. I knew they're gonna use the Lords of Shangyang, or however was that's supposed to be named. They have Grand Cafe, whatever they have, ready, because they cook it back like 2 DLCs ago. So they have it ready, and why not use it, right? Yeah, so we'll come roaring into a clawback that space left by Neferata, plus an assortment of lore-inspired content. What's also different about this pack is that it's smaller than our normal single pack. We're trying to get more content out that doesn't necessarily have a place to build a giant faction around. Yes, and it's absolutely alright, because I was always for that, suggesting more stuff like this. Even without Lord, like not Legendary Lord, generic Lord. Some units, just to fill the game before you quit, before you abandon it, because you move to 40k. Fill literally whatever you can, whatever, Games Workshop gives you, put into those small packs and fucking throw at us. We're gonna play it forever. This game is gonna be played fucking forever. This is the best fantasy, Warhammer fantasy, that ever was created, and it's most likely will remain like this. I assume CA will rework this or something in next 40 years or something. So yeah, I'm gonna be like grandpa and I was like, I remember when I did the first one. Yeah, so it's gonna be like that. So they definitely were trying to get more content. That's awesome. The pricing for the pack will match the value of the content in it. While the experience for us, we would think value the content that there is. Yeah. So it's gonna be like $9. So it's gonna be the price of the small of a one lord from a DLC. You'll hear more about the from that team about the new pack in early 2026. Not bad. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome because that means we won't have to wait a year for something. Every year we like to set ourselves a few side quests. Our block pack change. Yeah, that won't be any block pack. A launcher would be removed. Yeah, the launcher, the new one works nice. Faction will no longer be pre-order bonus. They're gone. Total War Warhammer 40k will be the first major game in years without one. Will still offer pre-order bonuses, but we don't believe you should miss out on the content just because you didn't buy before the game has been proved itself. Wow. Nice. I mean, great. The final piece to make right the challenges of the launch Justice for the Motherland, we rolled out patch 6.1 in March, featuring new updates for Kislev, Siege, and Rank FA alongside the new units and a host of bug fixing. Yep, that's what they did. Historical restoration? Oh my god. Looking for... So, wait, are they gonna... Oh my god. Our new titles are very much the focus for our attention, but we we want to go back for some of our legacy titles and give them some much needed quality of life updates. These will vary in size and scope depending on the title. Some might focus on a bug fixing to make the player experience smoother, while others might see more robust improvement. Nice! There's a lot of dust to brush off on some of these games. In some cases, the source code is lost completely. Oh, right. Back in 2004, as a much younger and less forward-thinking studio, having a code on a single developer's machine must have been seen like a fine idea. Yeah. Whenever you store something, like I stored my family pictures or something, or my son pictures, I'm using 2 hard drives over one. So never do 1 copy. I mean, fucking hell. So that's absolute W. Restoration for history. Titles. Neferata for free. Small contents often. Medieval and 40k. No pre-order factions. W. Absolute. Oh, wait. Final side quest this year, which I may end up regretting, but I'm all for challenge. I'm giving you an email where you can reach out directly to me with feedback. Roger. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh my god. Please don't. No, don't. Guys, come on. I know what... I've read so much things on Reddit. And if anything from that will goes to him, oh my god, that's... He will never fucking talk to us ever again. So please be gentle. I can't promise I will respond to the most of the bucket loads of mails I'm sure to get. I can promise I read them. I'm gonna ask him for something. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him a few things. We'll see if he answers. Anyway, I'm not gonna read everything, but yeah, that's absolute W. I mean, they ending a year with a bang. And the future of them making shit ton of money is definitely hyping them up as well. So they're offering like Neferata for free. This is sick. And yeah, these are statistics of most played things. Not gonna lie, Rakeland is a lot. You can check it by yourself. In the meantime, what do you think? Where your mind goes when you think about upcoming things, and what kind of DLC, a small one, you would like to have. I mean, this made me smile, really. I know these are just words, and until we see it, I'm trying to stay positive, okay? I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, he said that before, he sucks. No, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna stay positive because I want to be positive. I want all this to be true. So I'm gonna have my hope. So hopium high, and let's see what future brings. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like to help me. Have a great day. Take care and bye bye.